How do you think you fare with Zanetti?
Me? It won't be a fair fight, mate.
What, you think you put him out?
Yeah, 100%. He's just too open and a bit too wild, and that Slim were a bit scared to throw a big shot, whereas I'm not. I'd just throw a fucking left hand straight through him.
Even when he was throwing big shots, so he couldn't do well, because he's gonna got that knockout power for a higher weight. Got a suitcase off thing, walking out the door thinking, this is fucking easy. Boom. Can we just check your suitcases? We want that. They were like, hello, we're not going to do. Hello, what's going on about your bank account?
It's going to be VR porn and fucking...
There's already VR porn.
Is that?
Yeah.
Being on it.
I know you've been
Second podcast. Josh has pulled it out of the bag. Thank you, Josh, for getting two massive guests on the show today. I owe you one, and it's not right what everyone says about you. You're actually a pretty decent guy, pal. So I'm going to start by introducing the guy closest to me. He don't need a big introduction. In my eyes, pound for pound, one of the greatest of all time. He's took the time out to fly back from America, filming The Ultimate Fighter. It's Mr. Conor McGregor.
No
Conor,
problem, mate. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming
Thanks for
on,
having
mate.
me.
How you been?
I'm all right. I'm grand. You know, just got back. Bit jet lagged. But
Anyway, I've also got another big guest on here today. Another massive fighter. Actually, the greatest heavyweight of all time. It's Mr. Tyson Fury. Tyson, thank you for coming on, pal.
No problem. No problem.
How you been?
Nice to be here.
Bit
Yeah, I've
jet
been
lag
great.
from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, it was okay, but it was better seeing me brother fighting, but he didn't really do much, did he?
He didn't. He did lose me 200 quid though.
Yep, 200
Yeah, he
pound
lost
down.
me 400 grand.
What, you bet against your brother?
Oh, I wanted him to knock him out.
Ah, fair one. On a serious note, we've actually got about 50 celebrities on one sofa. It's the king of impressions himself, Mr. Sam Thorpe. Welcome, mate.
How you doing? You all right?
Good, mate. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
What have you been up to?
Ducking and diving, dodging and weaving, you know. Same old, same old.
So I went on your Instagram yesterday, had a little deep look through, and you actually said you were going to come on podcast.
Yeah.
And you seem to be living the dream, mate. You're flying about to different countries, driving nice cars, getting tattoos constantly. Obviously you do your impressions and stuff. What other stuff do you actually do?
I'm a barber.
Oh, is that what you do?
At the minute, yeah. I've for just over a year been a barber.
I didn't know that because I were a barber for like a year as well.
Yeah, it's all right. It's doing all right. Yeah.
This could be the time where you actually pull through and get your mullet. Me and Josh
I've been toying with... I'm 34 though, so I don't know if mullet's a bit...
No way you're 34. Get out of here. You've been using that magic cream.
Good idea to get the mullet or not. I feel like it'd be good for podcasts.
I just think it could be good for pod.
Like Theo Von.
Yeah, potentially.
Actually, I've got a sick idea. We can get the barber chair in this room when your hair gets long enough, and Thorpe can give you.
I'm like
a mullet cut.
completely disconnected now from like what's in fashion.
We can see that.
What are young people getting in terms of cuts now? Is short back and sides the
Fades,
one?
isn't it? It's fades. Everyone loves a fade.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that'll go out of fashion?
Yeah, probably. Because it's getting to the point where they're just tapering tiny little taper fades now. It's like...
And they're doing that for the mullet. That's how you start. You get a little bit of a taper, start growing the back, and then next minute you're Theo Von style.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Killing it.
We'll do that.
Super soft hair.
How did you two... I always like to know that. How did you two connect? Is it just through socials?
I don't feel like we can actually talk about the first time we met.
Probably not.
Can we? We genuinely can't. But I will give you a little idea of how we did actually meet. Me and Ash were at some random girl's house after a night out, and we just ended up inviting Thorpe over, and I think he walked through the door. Me and Ash were laid on the floor getting back massages with vegetable oil. That's pretty much all I can say about that night.
Welcome
But
to the party, you know. Mr.
That
Big
is how
Hands
we
is
met.
here.
Thorpe just started rubbing all four of us with two hands. And then since that, we met at the charity football thing.
Yeah.
What was that? So we did like a little interview. I can't remember what actually that was for, but
It was for... I was for a charity, wasn't it? There were loads of people from Corrie and...
is it?
like, Paddy
Yeah,
Carey and all
the
that.
event was for a charity. What were you doing? The talking round. What were the?
We were doing our own podcast about like mental health and stuff like that.
Is that the Breaking the Mold podcast?
Yeah. But that, I'd say it didn't last very long, but it lasted probably about 6 months.
What were the reason for it not lasting long? Did you?
Do you know what it was? It were all well and good, but I'm not a serious guy. And if people talking serious stories to me and saying like, I do listen and I'm very respectful, but at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like don't laugh. Don't laugh. And it'd be like something super serious. I'm like proper wobbly lipping, you know. I thought it's just not for me.
I feel like that might be a good watch though.
So you know when you set the mental health podcast up, what was the goal with it? Was it to talk serious or just to get different guests on and talk?
Yeah, I think it was like just to put it out there that if anyone needs to talk to you, like men need to start speaking out more about problems, you know. And obviously, it wasn't just men; it was anybody in general. But it did pretty well. But the other people that were involved, they were more serious.
I watched a bit of one of the clips yesterday. The only clip I saw was a guy and he's like, "Oh, where do I look?" And then he like looks at you and says something. Is that what you're doing? That was a podcast.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
See, that seemed pretty entertaining to me. I feel like could have stuck it.
It were alright because there were some when we were getting guests on, we were having funny stories. So they were telling us stories like similar sort of to this. I'm guessing, you know what I mean, like what they've been doing, what they've done, holidays, all that kind of stuff. But then they'd go seriously deep into like, you know, I was depressed at this time in my life, and you know, I didn't really feel right, blah blah blah. Not saying blah blah blah, like being disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's all it was, and I was just sort of like, this isn't for me, you know.
No, I feel like you're a bit more of a funny guy, and
funny,
you want to talk about uplifting stuff a bit more.
Try to make light out of something.
Yeah.
I think if you have serious podcasts, you have got to be careful because if you're doing them once, twice a week, you're taking all that negative drain anyway, aren't you? People are just telling you all that shit, and you just.
Well, I think there were a lad called Scott and a lad called Casey, and we were doing it together. But they were like the two serious guys, you know what I mean? They do all the back work, and I was just like the sort of like liven the mood sort of guy.
So is that still going then? Or is it just them two? Or
I think they've carried it on, or Casey's carried it on, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But I said, right, thanks for asking, but I don't really want to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah. I saw last year you were doing a bit of stand up as well.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, it was good. It went really well, yeah. But all COVID and all that started happening, so.
That must be super daunting to get on stage.
Do you know what? The first time I did it, it were in front of like 150 people.
Fucking hell.
That was the first ever time. And this guy, it's called Graham. He got me on stage and he was like, "Oh, you got me behind you." Like, "Oh, is it? How many times have you done it before?" You know. So it's my first time. He was like, "Fucking hell, are you sure you want to do it?" Like, I said, "Yeah, I'll give it a go." He introduced me because I think he thought I was Australian.
But were you talking Australian?
Yeah, like
that's probably why.
I'm ready to go, mate. I'm ready. And he introduced me, and then afterwards, he came off. When I came off stage, it went really well. I was shitting myself, thinking, "Shit, no one's gonna laugh." And straight away, people were engaging. It were pretty mad, to be honest. And afterwards, you were like, "I can't believe that was your first time. Like, what the fuck?" I said, "You need to come back, definitely."
Did you end up going back then? Did you do much more of it?
Yeah, I think I did a handful more, and then obviously all clubs and pubs started closing, so it was like, it wasn't really doable. We did one on Zoom.
Yeah.
And it was shit.
Takes the fun out of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, like there's no audience. And then when people are laughing, it's like 3-second delays, you know, so like you'd be halfway through your next thing and it'd be ha 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 ha.
Yeah, then you'd have to stop again.
How long are the sets when you're just getting started like that?
I did 5 minutes, but it felt
that's a long time.
It felt like an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you telling stories? Are you doing impersonations?
Yeah, I'm doing impressions, but at the time it were the Australian wildfires.
That's the clip that I saw, I think.
Yeah. And that's what I wasn't doing jokes about it, but I was doing other celebrities like talking about it, and it were alright. I didn't go too bad about it. You know what I mean? I thought I don't want to be that.
Is that something you want to potentially pursue moving forward?
Yeah. I'd love to do it, but it's just there again. You got to start again from fresh. You know.
Yeah.
Meet the right people.
When were it you actually realised that you were good at doing impersonations and accents?
Do you know? I think from being a kid, like a young kid, 'cause I used to watch a lot of films, and my brother. I've got two brothers, but the one closest to me. You're like, how do you like copy noises and stuff? You can do noises and you can do what, like you reel off exactly what they've said. And I just used to do that. I just used to watch films, drill them, like Step Brothers. I could do it with my eyes closed, sort of thing, every single scene, you know. Just from them being a kid.
Is that down to practice though, or do you think you've naturally just got it? Some people have naturally just got it.
I think you can do it from practice, but I think I've just naturally got it. Like I think there might be something wrong with me. To be honest, like. I'm like a parrot.
What are your favourite ones that people used to try and drag out at you all the time? Like
Arnie. People like the Arnie. Come on, you need to do it. You need to get out of here. You need to pump it, make it feel like you're coming. That one's a good. Obviously, the McGregor one. There's a couple of other ones.
Have you like any celebrities that you impersonate? Have they ever seen your stuff, or has it been shared, or has anybody commented on it?
Yeah, Tyson Fury shared that. I don't know if you said I opened an energy drink and I drank it and then started talking like him, and he shared it on his thing. But everyone
might have seen that one.
Yeah.
That's sick.
He shared that on a bit of a starstruck moment.
Yeah, that's sick. Do you watch much of that? Is it Al Ferran or something like that?
Yeah. He started following me on TikTok. Yeah, and I thought, fuck, That's pretty sick.
He's got some good impressions and stuff
Yeah,
like
he does
that.
sick Robert De Niro. Like,
Yeah.
talking to me, you know, like,
Yeah.
he's fucking sick.
If that were me, mate, if I had like a niche thing to do like that, do you just practice it every day? I'd be practicing it every day. I'd be like proper trying to.
I talk gibberish all day.
Yeah.
Like, my girlfriend must think, oh, fucking weirdo.
Is she sick of it, or does she love you doing it?
I think she's sick of it, but people say they never get sick of it, but I get sick of my own voice.
Yeah. This is one question I had for you. Has there ever been a time like in the bedroom or something like that when a bird's been like, oh, do the Conor McGregor?
Years ago, the Dublin one gets them all the time. You know, baby, I think you look absolutely amazing.
It is a good
You know,
accent.
It is, isn't it? So it's my favourite accent, the Dublin accent.
It's sick. It is sick. But that's another one I don't know how that came about, because when I used to do an Irish accent before, it used to be like proper gypsy, you know, like, hello there, bye, how you doing? You know, and then I can't remember what I watched, but I watched some. Do you know the McGregor song? Listen to that McGregor now, there's only one Conor McGregor. That sort of got it.
Yeah.
You just learn it from that.
I'm pretty good at an Irish accent.
Do your Irish.
I just haven't got the confidence to do it.
Do your Irish, baby.
Go on, you gotta do it.
I said I'm kinda. Do your Irish, baby.
There you go. 60
You
G's down.
fucking melt, yeah.
You know, I'll ask you this because you know you'll probably know about it. You know McGregor's actual voice versus his stage voice.
Yeah.
What will he do there? Will he just sort of massage some of the roughness out of it? Do you think?
Yeah, I think his stage voice is more American, I think.
Yeah.
Like he's got more American terms in there, but he's normal Irish, normal Dublin's like super
But
Dublin.
I know some Irish people, like my ex who were Irish, and I used to go out drinking with her and her mates, and all the boys, they sound exactly like what Conor McGregor sounds like. I don't feel like he puts that much on. Maybe he uses like
when he
you
has a
said
couple
then.
of drinks, I think more this thickness comes out
Yeah.
of his. Not his,
Like more of a drone. Like,
But he's a bit.
yeah,
I feel like he's got a proper rough Irish accent, like a fucking pikey Irish accent.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does come out. So I feel like you've got a lot of travelling stories that you can tell, seeing as you travel more than most.
Yeah.
Have you just been to Thailand or that a little while ago?
Nah, it were a while ago. The last time I went over them was we did a bit of travelling. We did like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, all that.
Is that
That
what you
big
did?
circle, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have the best time.
Why not?
Well, we landed. I think where did we go first? Can't remember where we went first.
Were it just you and your missus?
No, it was me, my friend Imogen, and her brother Ewan.
Ah.
So we went, and it were, I don't know, it was sort of like last minute for Ewan, but me and Imogen had been planning it a while. But when we got there, like everything were good. For a couple of days, we were seeing nice shit, and then I started just getting super poorly all the time. Like we went to Bali, I got Bali belly, I brushed my teeth with their tap water, and or in bed for like
Bali
a
belly.
week. Oh, it was disgusting. I counted like 50 shits in one day. Like, it's bad news, you know what I mean? And then got over that, cush day, then I got sciatica. You know, like a hole in my right, just couldn't walk.
Just a bad trip.
Bad old do, but there was some sick times, or there was some fun times. Did a balloon in Vietnam.
I saw the video of that.
what's this?
You know, like a laughing gas.
All right.
Usually they're about that big here, out there, but over there they're like, you're hugging it, sort of thing. And I thought,
Did you get the CCTV of it and post that? Yeah, that's what I've seen. I'll pop it up.
Why
I'll
would
pop
he
it
do
up. It's a
collapse?
funny
Oh,
video.
well, it was like, I'm not kidding, it was like a big balloon. I thought, what, have I got to fucking do all this in one go? So I fucking got it now. And I just remember waking up like, where the fuck am I? Everyone's like, you've just collapsed.
Oh, wow.
I'd collapsed into a table, and then the shisha thing fell on me from that table. If you watch the video, the woman moved just in time. Otherwise, I should have had like a 20-stone fucking...
What on the CCTV footage? You just hitting down?
like you can see me doing it, and then I just stop, and it looks like a ghost slaps me.
I've
And
been
just-
with friends before when they've done balloons and they've collapsed, like fell down. It's
Oh yeah, it's scary. isn't it?
suffocating your brain. It scares me.
Yeah. And I can't remember what exactly were going on at that time, but I remember seeing people having a few sips of it and then like leaving it on the table, and I'm just feeling a bit woozy. And I
If you're going to do it, you've got to do it properly. And
yeah.
the saying is you've got to do it until the balloon's gone. But when a balloon's that big, mate, it's a fucking long night. I'll never do a balloon again. I've done it before when we used to do when I did a season in Ibiza. We used to be at like after parties and that, and everyone would be doing it. And I can remember one time I did it. I was sat on a balcony, and it was like a big sea view, and there was like some like nice boats and that on there. And I did it, and I had it sent me into a trip. This was at like 4 a.m. It sent me into like a trip that I fell through the balcony underneath the rocks under the water, and I was like stuck under the rocks, and I was like panicking. Oh, I'm panicking. I'm gonna lose my job. And
Can
then
you do that accent? Then?
I'm panicking. He lose my job.
The ball nose makes me laugh.
and I come out of this trip and back onto the balcony, and everyone sat around me like they obviously could see that I was freaking out. I must have been fucking, I don't know, trying to swim or whatever. I come out this trip and I go, oh my God, everyone, like, don't do them balloons. I've just had the craziest trip ever, right? I'll tell you what happened. I like rested to tell them what had just happened, and I went straight back into trip again, and I was fucking, I don't know, something crazy happened. Then I came back out of it, said the exact same thing again. They went, yeah, I know you keep saying it, and I'm like, fucking hell, I thought my mind was just going into this loop. I thought I'd lost my mind. Since then, mate, I would never touch him again. Dangerous little things to do then.
I think I've done one since, and I did it, and I didn't feel right. So I was like,
No.
leave that to be sort of thing.
Speaking at first time we met, have you spoke to Ash recently? Or?
I haven't.
Have you not?
I've spoken to him for years.
Have you not?
Years, no.
I've been speaking to him quite often, me.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he seems to be doing quite well for himself. Have you got him on any socials or like that?
I've got him on Instagram, but every time I see his stories, somewhere different.
Yeah.
He's always about, innit?
Yeah, he's always travelling about. I was speaking to him last week, and he was saying like, "Oh, when I next like find somewhere I'm going to stay, you should fly out and we'll do a podcast together." I feel like he'd have some
stories,
crazy stories after like what
yeah.
happened in Ibiza and stuff like that.
Oh shit, yeah, of course.
Some mad stories, but yeah, that'll be a good one. Have you been to Ibiza before?
I've never been.
Have you not?
No.
Have you?
No.
Do you not fancy it?
I always dodged that one when I was a little bit younger. I just felt it was a little bit too much for me.
It set me on a bad path because the first time I went with James Gilpin and Duffy, just us three, and we just had obviously you know what James used to be like. We just had a mad 7 days when I was 19. Then I went back every single year up to still this year. Last year I went, ended up doing a season and stuff like that. It's probably one of the best places I've ever been, but it just ruined your life, mate.
Yeah.
Probably recommend not going, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Thailand's the one for me if I'm going to go anywhere.
Thailand's sick.
Go to Thailand.
Have you done Dubai yet?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Dubai. It were all right. We did it, I think, how many times did we do it? Twice or 3 times in lockdown. But there's another thing of that. I tried taking vape pens over.
What, the weed ones, are they?
Yeah. We only took 3.
Just risking getting your hands chopped off.
Thought,
There,
fuck
though,
it. Yeah, that's what I mean. I was thinking, shit, it'll be all right. Put them in a suitcase in the short pockets. Got there, fucking got a suitcases off the thing. Thought, yeah, it was nice. Because I got told, like, if you get them over, you can either smoke them. Obviously, if you smoke weed, I smoke a lot of weed. So it'd be like, yeah, you can smoke them or you can sell them. You can get, like, silly money for that little tiny vape pen. So, like, take one each and then take one to sell. Got there, got a suitcase off thing, walking out the door thinking, this is fucking easy. Boom. Can we just check your suitcases? Well, we want that. They were like, hello, we're not going to do it. Like, oh, fucking hell. So we've gone in this room, opened suitcases, going through. The night before, because they have little weed symbols on them, you know, like on the dash shit. So I'd fill them in with like permanent things so you couldn't see them. Pulled them out, they were just rubbing it and like, what's this?
Oh, no.
My mate, first JP, he was called it, he was like, it's CBD. They went, CBD's still illegal. So we're like, oh, fuck. So they're putting it in this room, they're like, we're going to go test them. So I'm thinking, fuck, they're like 99% THC, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to get fucked here. And we were sat in this like mad metal room with one officer just sat there. And we were allowed us phones and stuff, so we were like texting people going, Google this, Google this, how many years are we going to get? And his mate was sending the stuff back like someone's got 20 a year for a fucking CBD one and stuff like that. And we're like, oh shit. So we sat there for like 4 hours. They came in, they didn't look happy at all, you know what I mean? They were like, we have tested these. They were like, yeah, and they went, they only weigh 3 grams, and we were like, yeah, what do you mean by that? Like, they went, we've weighed them. By testing them, they meant weighing them. So we're like, okay, so like, what do we get now? And they're like, you have to sign here to say you'll never do it again.
Oh, wow.
So it's not that strict then, is it really?
Well, I was thinking, it's
Yeah,
game
but
over.
anything
like,
over 3 gram might have been a different
Yeah.
story.
Well, that guy got caught with 1 in his car, 1 gram, and that was CBD, and he's like still in jail.
Is
now,
he
isn't
still in there now? I remember when that came out. Did you see the thing recently there with Kaz? You know, the girl from Love Island?
I've seen it,
A video would come up of her like sniffing a line of coke off of someone's kitchen surface, and whoever filmed it had either posted it and police had seen it in Dubai, or they'd sent it to, I don't know, customs or whatever.
Yeah.
She'd gone to fly back to Thailand and they just pulled one side and said, no, we've seen this video. I don't know.
How can they prove what she's sniffing?
They can't. I feel like they just probably give her a slap on the
Unless
wrist.
the drug tester.
Yeah, but she might have flown a week after this video had happened, so it probably were out of the system by then.
Dive into that. How long have you had a relationship with cannabis?
Since I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah, very young. Because my older brother's 10 years older than me, and he used to babysit for us sometimes, you know, so he'd be smoking and what have you. And I'd see it in ashtray, and I don't know why when I was younger, but I had a little obsession with smoking, you know, like, I never really smoked, but I liked the look of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, can I have a little bit of that? And he would like looked at his mates, he was like, yeah, knock his head out sort of thing, you know. So I'd had a few, I call it puffs, I'd had a few puffs of it. And then that were it, like, fucking.
Never looked back?
No, never looked back.
Never had time off, stopped, never wanted to.
I've had times off, yeah, like I've had bits and bats.
And what's the reasoning when you want to stop? Just think, fuck, I need to kick this a little bit.
Just detox, innit? You need to detox yourself from anything.
Do you ever tell yourself, right, I'm stopping now, I fell out of it, I'm just... And then you're back into it
That's
again.
what I did last.
And then you end up just seeing it as a tolerance break.
Yeah, that's it, tolerance break. Have like a month, maybe 2
How
months
nice
off.
is that first joint when you come back, though? It's mint, isn't it?
Real,
It's
innit? But what about the dreams when you're stopping, though?
I never really had the dreams. I just can't fall to sleep without it.
Really, yeah?
No, I find it really
it's
tough.
The dreams for me, I'm dreaming like people are trying to fucking pull my limbs off and
Shit.
skinny me alive and shit.
Do you vape it, smoke it? Any preference?
Just smoke, but dabs. I don't know if you've heard of dabbing.
He's been telling
That's
me
what I
about
was telling you
this.
about in LA.
Dabs.
Do you do it properly with a glass and you blowtorch the glass and you smoke the...
Put it in with a banger on and...
Yeah, I was telling Josh a story last week where I was out with Ash actually.
Yeah.
I'd gone to LA with Ash and then 3 of my mates, Jacob, his brother and Jordan, flew over to meet me and we met this American kid called Rafi, and he's a proper, like, the biggest stoner you could ever imagine. He works in a smoke shop, he sells dab rigs, he does everything. He'll wake up and do like 3 dabs before he gets out of bed, you know what I mean? And
Have you done a dab before this?
No.
I think he'd be fucking slapping if he'd done a dab
Is it
before
just
this.
couch lock when you do it like that?
I don't know, you'd freak out, you'd run off a while ago.
It's not like having a spliff. It's like a bit like, I'm not saying I've tried crack, but it's a bit like, ooh.
Yeah, it's
fuck
an
with that,
intense, like focused in.
Your head goes
And
red hot and like, whoa.
the lads had just landed. I went and picked them up from airport. They come and met me, American mate, and you're like, oh, everyone's got to have a dab, man. We're in LA. So everyone's doing it. I was driving, didn't think much of it. We were going to go do shooting range. And driving in LA or anywhere where they drive on the right-hand side anyway is fine through the day when you've got traffic to follow. But on a night time where it's a bit quiet and you don't really know roads. And I ended up somehow turning and going onto a freeway, going down it, and they were all coming up, and I was like, "Oh, I'm panicking." Span it round, booted off, and Brad in back was like, "Don't do that again." I'm like, "Obviously, I didn't fucking mean to do that, you retard." And then I was just driving like this, like scared all the way to fire around place.
Fucking jerk off.
That was a bad experience. I remember my first time ever trying weed. And I was probably, I never, from being a kid, I never drunk, never did nothing. And we were in Kane's shed, Kane's log, like a log cabin thing in his back garden.
Yeah.
And there were about 5 or 6 of us. And like even now, if I tried smoking a full joint to myself, it'd probably fucking kill me. And Kane had rolled all these joints, gave everyone them, and everyone was just there like trying to smoke it fast so that his mum wouldn't come in or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone tanned off the full joint fruit, and then I just like looked around, and then everyone just started like turning green, and I was like, "Fucking!" I was like, "You've gone green, you!" And then he turned around, he was sick out window. Then I started feeling a bit woozy. I ran outdoors, was sick. There were like 5 of us all being sick at the same time. I ended up having to get a lift home to my mum and dad. Went straight upstairs to the bathroom. This was like 5 in the afternoon, and I just remember waking up the next morning from 5 in the afternoon.
Sometimes off the tobacco though, if it's mixed with that. I've never whited off weed.
What, a mixture of Nicky Rush? I don't know. I feel like the first time you try it, your body's not used to it. It just wants to get it out. It doesn't know what it is.
The first time I took it was at yours, and mine was just more of a mental freak out versus anything else.
I don't put it with tobacco.
Just smoke it.
Just all forever and ever, and never done it like that.
His friends just bought a volcano. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
But he's like vaporizing fucking every single herb on planet Earth, isn't it? It's like,
It's like, yeah, I've got a mixture of rose petals, coriander, and
catnip.
Hey, the coca leaf.
But that seems to be a healthy way, but it's a fucking big investment. It's like nearly 300-400 quid.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? Really,
like you said yesterday, like how far are you willing to go for like?
I think if you commit to an investment like that, that's a serious cannabis investment, and then you got to be a full-time stone on then. I think.
Yeah, but he's only going to get the same high, innit? You're only going to be the same as smoking.
I think it's the cleanliness he's wanted to get in it. He's wanted to just do as little damage as he can.
He seems to think the combustion is more healthier than vaporizing, which probably makes sense a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But if you're just smoking it pure like you, I do mix a little bit mine with backy.
That's all. I never smoke. Oh, I smoke whenever I drink. You know, when you're fucking 3-4 fucking o'clock in the morning, you're in someone's kitchen, you're thinking, I'll have a few cigs. And then next day, coughing up big balls of phlegm because you've never done it before. But yeah, fucking, I just don't smoke. I don't like it. You know, that it gives you like a weird headache.
Do you smoke? No.
I've got a bit of an addiction to nicotine, but I'm not like I can not have to smoke.
You do the chews.
I like the snus.
Do you ever do that, the snus?
No, I've seen a few people who've done it though. And that's another thing that makes you sick and stuff.
Yeah, it can do.
Like if you're not used to that nicotine strength, it's very, very strong.
My friends were on a plane and they were like, "Yeah, I have one of these." He had one. He didn't smoke. He didn't do shit. And he was like,
Sweating.
Yeah, like proper back and forward at toilets, like feeling this is.
I got addicted to nicotine through having to travel to London all the time. I was down south with business and having to travel back and forth all the time, like doing like a 3-4 hour drive in pitch black. And caffeine weren't keeping me up. Sugar wouldn't keep me up, but nicotine did.
Really?
I just started with a gum. I weren't a smoker. Started with a gum, then you just fucking progress which strongest stuff is, and then just...
No way.
That's bad how I got into it, everything. Because I was like probably 25, 26. I dodged all smoking. I weren't even never a smoker. And weed, I didn't start weed till I was like 30.
Really? Yeah.
Now I had a friend from actually this gym, and you were like into his psilocybin mushrooms and do mushroom trips. And obviously, when you were doing the trip, he'd smoke a little bit of weed before to get in the mood, and just tried a little bit. But the first time I went yours, but it just always used to make me. I think I've got a little bit of ADHD anyway, me. So I had a little bit of fuel to fire, which was making me too. Whoa. I think world's ending straight away, me. If I have too much, it's like this isn't real. None of this is fucking. I just freak out.
Yeah, it does. It fucks you up.
It's hard to control that sort of feeling of what's real and what's not for me.
Have you done mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing.
Yeah, I've done mushrooms before, yeah.
Can we say the DMT thing?
Yeah.
We've been playing around with the DMT pens as well.
Have you? I've never tried it. What's it saying?
It's intense.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird one for me. Like, what did I did it twice, like 1 week after the other. And I did it the first time. Josh used me as a bit of a fucking test dummy, but didn't tell me. He's like, no, just try it. Like, it's chilled out. And then, so I ended up doing it. Then I come round and then he were like, hey, shall we try it? And I'm like, what, you've not even tried it yet? And he was like, no, like, you fucking scumbag.
No
you
way.
invited me around as a test dummy. If I'd have died here tonight, you'd have fucking chucked me under the carpet.
I googled it. You couldn't die.
No, I didn't expect to die, really. But
What were you feeling?
that first time, I don't know, it was weird. Like, it was a bit of a tricky setup on it as well, because we were just like, I don't know whether it's one of them things where you should do it locked away in your own house, knowing that you're safe and secure, or if you should be like having people around you who can talk through it, like when people do ayahuasca ceremonies. So I was just like sat on Josh's sofa. In fact, I had my leg like up this on, like rested like a fucking weirdo like that. And Josh was sat down there being in control of music, like using the music to send me whichever way. What music did you play? I think you played something. I think you played like The Hobbit or something.
No, like a lot of Hans Zimmer stuff.
Is that what it was?
Interstellar stuff, just deep sci-fi shit. Just go deep.
I used a sleeping mask thing.
Yeah.
And you do it, you vape it, and you just hold it in. And then when I started like seeing stuff, I just pulled it down and I just sort of went into it. But it was, I spent most of my time, like, I think I was trying to figure out what was actually going on to enjoy it or to try and get a message out. I was trying, like, what's that message there? Like, what are these numbers? And after, like, I don't know how long it lasted, 5-10 minutes or whatever, I come out of it and I was like, oh, yeah, my lungs, my chest went a bit tight. And then we left it at that. Josh then went and did it that night, which he can tell you what happened himself. And then I did it a week later, and it was more happy music. And it didn't give me a message, but straight after that, I just thought, like, anything that I were holding on to, like, for instance, my ex, who I got the house with, she owes me money, so I was saying to myself, right, I'm not letting her take all of her stuff out of the house till she pays me. I just thought, you know what, why am I even holding on to that? I just texted her mate and said, listen, she can get everything out of the house, I'm not bothered about it, just take what you want. I just were in a good mood, and I just felt like there's no point holding on to hatred and stuff like that. And then since then, I've not felt the need to go back and do it. I've just stayed in a good mood since then, really.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've had a bit of a positive outcome. But do you want to talk about your first experience?
I don't want to go too deep because we've been on about we don't want to get too depressed, but
Yeah.
it did a job for me.
Yeah.
Like probably anything you've been holding on to, I think you can almost it takes you straight to that. You can tap into it and you can sort of deal with it a little bit. I'm fast-paced life anyway, me, so I rarely have time to be introspective or think, fucking, why am I feeling like this? That makes you go to that point. That's probably why I like cannabis a little bit, me. Yeah. It makes me my head just, because I'm a million miles an hour. I have that time with myself where I can just be like, right, there is no pressure or stress. I haven't got to be thinking about this and that. And I say to you, though, that there's probably other ways to do it, like meditation and fucking ice baths, but cannabis is an easy, just fast track. Let me get there quick. I ain't got to fucking sit in an ice bath for 4 minutes freezing my nuts off.
Holmesy throws it all in, doesn't he? He does sauna, then an ice bath, then smokes, then does whatever.
Holmes is our friend. He's like a BKFC world champ, world champion. Yeah. But he's switched on in all areas like that.
Really?
It takes some discipline. Like he just put a sauna in his house. He's got a cold plunge hot tub, vaporizers, like every single area. He's trying to like dominate. I ain't got the discipline to do that.
You're just like a little chava that kind of wants to do all this mentally, but just thinks now that a joint will do me.
Yeah, well, I work all day. I'm just like, do I want to put myself through that? I have a couple of puffs and I'm in that spot anyway. It's it's an easy little exit for me.
Yeah, I'm yet to try the cold baths and all that stuff. Yeah,
I can't even do a cold shower.
that's what I'm saying. I can't.
I did it.
Ah, that's there's me in there, just fucking, what the fuck's he doing? Power tugging? I don't know.
like Johnny Bravo.
I'm just not good with cold. I'm so soft with it.
I'm shit with it. Proper shit.
We do have to try and get
As summer
ice
comes
bath
here, we'll
down here,
get a
though.
little bit of just some cold stuff. I'll be able to do 3 minutes. I'm confident that I'll be able to do it to myself. But it's just you've got to be. I think you need that little bit of accountability as well. Like, right, we're doing it.
You're breathing in it. That's it. Like, you just go,
Once you get control of that. I did a cold shower this morning, and I saw a video about just putting it on your face and just letting the rest of it trickle down your body. Do it for like 4 minutes a day. And I put it on and I was like, full thing. I'm like, I'm just going to have a fucking warm one. I can't be arsed. But
fuck that.
I feel like I'd be better off plunging me or just jumping into something, and then you can't fucking step out then, can you?
I could do that. I've done like just boom, boom, straight in, but it wasn't an ice bath.
Yeah.
Just a
Just
cold.
cold.
Yeah,
If I ever go to these nice spas, you see these, walk-in plunge pools.
Yeah.
I never touch them, mate.
yeah. As soon as you get
I've been
above
in
your
like
knee.
a snow room, but I've always been soft with wanting to do that. I don't know why. I'd rather have a nice hot tub, sauna, steam, and
Well, that's it, innit?
Yeah,
Comfort.
but you could do it if you did like a 20-minute hot tub, 20-minute sauna. You'd be wanting to jump in that plunge
Yeah.
pool. Then that's when
Yeah,
you're meant
yeah.
to do it. Really prep yourself for it.
yeah, maybe. We need to get some. We've just been talking with today, and just trying to get a little bit of discipline back in his life. We've been enjoying ourselves a little bit too much. I just think March now. When you set them intentions in January, like fucking get me shit together.
Oh shit, it's March. Isn't it? Yeah,
It's fucking
shit.
March already. Like time just seems to be just fast.
Going nowhere, innit? It's absolutely going nowhere.
Yeah, so I just need to take a little bit of control there, try and get a bit of order.
Yeah.
Definitely. What's your so obviously where do you work now, barber wise? What shop?
I was working at the Tonsorium. That's Reese Clough.
Oh, yeah.
Reece? Yeah. I was working there for a bit, but I've decided to just go mobile. To be honest with you, it was really, really good shop, good atmosphere, everything like that. But just couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Really at the minute.
Paying the chair rent and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You lose out on a lot of money, don't you?
Yeah, but he's a proper good guy, is Reese.
Yeah, he sound our he works with Lucas, didn't he, before?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So what's the plan then? Next 5 years, let's say. What you got in the pipeline?
I'm saying next 5 years I want to be famous. Got to be.
With the social media stuff.
Either TikTok, some all that shit, because that's just overnight sort of blows,
Yeah.
Do something like that. I want to have my own TV show, to be honest with you. When do you remember like Phone Jacker and
Yeah,
stuff
used to like that.
something like that?
Are you working towards that though? Are you just like, yeah, I want to do this one day? Are you actually pushing it? Because we had this conversation this morning, like, and I'm saying, yeah, I want to start an OnlyFans agency, and I'm going to get these people, and I'll just pay someone to do all this. And then yesterday we had the conversation, and he's like, do you want to do it? We do it. You need to set a website. You need to get a domain name and all that sort of shit. Are you actually pushing it and doing it?
Not anything like that yet, but I don't need a partner, but I need someone who can do the similar things to me. Like the amount of times I've messaged that Kai Van Novak, who does the voices for that, like Wadge off of Four Lions.
I do know the Wadge. I know you're on about Wadge. I don't know
He's
the
Phone
guy
Jacker.
though. Oh, is he the phone jacker?
Yeah.
Oh, I know the phone jacker.
So I've messaged him loads of times. Absolutely, like.
What
tons
was
and
the
tons.
one with him when he did the? When you were trying to. What's the famous phone jacker one where? Hello, sir.
Hello, it's calling about your bank account. The pigeon inside
Yeah,
your
I
bank.
used to really like that.
Yeah, they're all the ones I won't say I've mastered them, but I've got really good at them.
Does he get back in touch with you then when you message him?
Never. But he did one, I think about a year ago. He came back and did like a one-off thing. And I thought, you bastard, you could have messaged me, you know what I mean, and I'd have helped you do it.
I feel like there's quite a lot of impersonators and people who do all accents on social media that you could get at that
Yeah.
be more than happy to reply. I think that phone jack is a bit more big time in now. He's probably onto different things now as well and just comes back to do odd stuff.
He does a lot of pantomimes and stuff like that, so I think he's sort of setting his ways, sort of what he's doing now. But I need someone who's got the similar humour to me, because there's a lot of people who can do voices and a lot of people that can do impersonations, but they're just, I'm not going to say the Muppets, but they're just boring people, you know.
Well, they've got that one skill, and then outside of that, there's not going on.
Like, there's a lot of people who can do it really well, and they just seem like pricks.
Yeah,
You know,
or they just haven't got the business mind to do anything with it. They're just all right, just putting odd video on social media. Or whatever.
Yeah, like you never see them do anything.
You know when you're on about there, so the vertical stuff, so your TikTok, your Reels, or stuff like that. What in a perfect world, what would that show look like? If you had obviously your verticals to get your attention, but if you had like the show here, what is the show?
Like a similar to Bo Selector sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like where you're just taking the piss, really, but not going overboard with it, because obviously not's going to be allowed anymore soon, is it? You know what I mean? Like, everything's getting banned and you can't say certain shit like Little Britain.
That won't work. That won't work now. would
Never
it?
ever, but
Nah.
how fucking hilarious would it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they try to shun it now because of obviously I don't know, like black faces and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's one of them
What's
ones.
you don't see much of him anymore. So Keith.
Keith
Keith
Lemon,
Lemon.
yeah.
Why is that?
Same
He
thing.
was like
innit?
the main man for a long time, wasn't he? But like
Yeah.
Channel 4, ITV were like a big deal.
Same thing. It's like sexism and
Is that
all
what it
that
is?
stuff. You know, like it had little like sexual innuendos. in
Yeah,
his show,
Hollywood
like,
movie and shit.
yeah, people didn't like it, like
Yeah.
feminism and stuff. It's you've got to be proper careful with how you tread on it now.
Yeah.
So it makes it harder. But in an ideal world, that'd be my kind of thing, like a Bo Selector, Little Britain sort of thing.
Or
you
just
know?
have a couple of other boys who you can riff off and go
Yeah,
through
yeah.
sketches and get it all set out.
just full on like 2 or 3 of us having it.
Was Bo Selector based in a public setting or it screen set up?
Yeah, I think it were like he used to make the masks, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he used to just do it in public. But obviously he had like his own studio doing whatever. But
Oh, it's Craig David one for him about that.
Yeah.
Craig David.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell you what else would be a good idea. Do you watch Impractical Jokers?
yeah.
So how they, let's say if you found 3 other people to do it with, and you could have mics and earpieces and all that sort of stuff, but actually go out and do like impressions or whatever to people, rather than they're just really confident and they just walk up and just do whatever gets told. But if you could actually put a spin on it and act like somebody as well, or dress up as a fucking, I don't know, dress up as Tyson Fury and go around and do impressions or something.
Yeah.
That could be another good avenue to take.
Some on TV, I haven't seen it yet, but it's called Deep Fakes. I don't know if you've seen it advertised.
No.
But it's basically the people who are doing the voices, but they've deep faked the face over it. So it'd be like one of them Stormzy.
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet. I've
is
only
it
seen
the thing that
advertised.
we was with,
what, so
with Joe
it's-
Rogan?
They've used the voice. AI has made the face. or
Yeah,
is it-
like
So they can so basically there's an advert of Joe Rogan saying, "Oh, I use this product every day," and it's not really him. They've just used his
Yeah.
voice and changed his face to it. Is that
or
what you're
they're
talking
using
about?
someone else's voice, but his face. You know, like they've put. Like you
Ah.
can take your face and put it on mine,
Yeah.
and I'll pretend to be you, sort of thing. But
Right.
it looks funny. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like this kind of thing that.
Oh, it's an actual TV show.
Yeah, it's on ITV too or something like that.
Do you watch much TV or?
No, not really. No, I'm either playing my game or I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
sort
you
of
say you
thing.
do some streaming. What sort of stuff do you play?
Fortnite, FIFA, Halo.
Man, did you ever, I bet you didn't play Fortnite, did you?
No.
Mate, lockdown. I was fucking 6 hours a day on lockdown. In lockdown, Fortnite.
Hammer time.
The
Fortnite.
Call of Duty things. I've seen people playing that a lot. And is it Modern Warfare or?
Yeah, I'm not really up to date with them, but
No.
I've got the newest one, but it's so fucking hard.
Halo on my jam when I was a kid.
Yeah,
That's what I used to
Halo's
like
the
playing.
one.
Original
FIFA, I'm
Xbox.
sick on FIFA, but it's always someone better than you.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
same
get
with
beat,
every game.
it's fucking-
Do you
Wanking
play it with headset on, abusing other people, fucking ripping it out? Because you with accents, I reckon if you had like a Twitch channel, a YouTube streaming one, if you could get that popping religiously and you're live streaming it with headset on with impressions, I bet you could have some right laughs with
I've
other
set a
people.
Twitch up. I've been doing it, but I've only got like 2 views. You know what I mean? One of them's my girlfriend, the other one's my mate who I'm streaming with. But apart from that, like we've been playing Fortnite before, and I've just been reeling them off and reeling them
How
off.
do
and
people
love it.
stumble? So if you're live streaming it, how do people stumble across the live stream?
I'm not too sure. I think you put like a header, you know, for your stream, like say some like fucking 3 men in a cab or something. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, what's that? And click on it, and they'll be.
I think the way to build that Twitch would probably be like, let's say if your Twitch had no followers whatsoever, but you're live streaming it and recording it, and you clip all your best bit. Let's say you do accents to a kid and say, oh, you pretend, no, it's actually Conor McGregor. I'm not. And you have somebody on and you do like a little skit for a minute where he believes you, and then you clip it down. You do the next one pretending you're Tyson Fury or whoever.
Yeah.
And then you clip it down to a 10-minute video and you put it on YouTube or put it on all your social medias and your TikToks and all that as shorts. And then you've got your Twitch tagged in it. That's how you get people watching you. And I feel like that's a good avenue to take it down.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Rather than just post it and just hope that people
I
tune
think
in
you'd
and
be
watch
good on
it.
Twitch. You can talk at long form. You get into play games. You can abuse them a little bit with accents. It'd be funny.
Do what I want, baby. 60 G's, Dana.
I could see you doing that for
You
sure.
could just play it for 6 hours a day and crop it down to a 10-minute video of all the best bits that you've done and just plan it a bit before. I feel like that would be a good way to do it for you.
Definitely have an avenue in it. I'm definitely gonna do. It's easy work, innit?
You know, when you mentioned there's always people better than you in gaming. I stumbled across like researching some of the prize money now in these gaming competitions. Millions and
Silly
millions.
money, silly money. But they're playing mad games though.
Yeah.
Like league as somewhat or other. Like they're always clicking. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Clicking.
Have you seen the actual Formula One? You buy the seat, you get the fucking wheel and all
Well,
the
I'm
pedals. And
involved
that.
with all that. We've got a lot of sims that we're racing, and they're all programmed so you can do it, like proper simulators.
Well, people have actually got like been signed to do Formula 1 from playing that game. It's fucking madness. He had one set, didn't he? We went to Dave's house
different animal though. I've met people who were really, really good at sim, but when it comes to actually racing in real life circumstances, they're just done
Useless.
It doesn't always correlate that you can race that sim and then race in reality that the margin for error, if you come off the track, you're going to get fucked up. So it's just like, because some of the sim boys there who were driver coaches, they were good drivers, but they were never as good as the actual boys who were racing every week.
Because they ain't got the experience and bollocks to take a corner.
It'd be like saying if you could simulate a fight with gloves on and a mask, but then you put yourself against someone.
Yeah, you were sick on Wii.
Someone in live environment is just gonna go bang and it's not gonna.
There's difference in it. There's difference between real life and AI. Have you tried the Oculus yet?
Love it.
No,
have you done the bar brawl one?
No,
Yeah,
I had to sell it 'cause
I'll
they
have to
were
play on bar brawl, pick bottles up, bang, and it's super simulated. Like,
what is it?
VR.
Yeah, but there's one that literally is just a bar fight, and the bar's as big as this, and it's just going off in bar. I do it when I'm stoned sometimes. I get right into it.
Are you not going to end up fucking knocking like lamps off and punching Theo in the head?
It's always a risk. No, so what you do with the VR, you
set a boundary.
You have to set a boundary, and if you leave the boundary, it'll switch on.
I couldn't do it. It gave me a headache. After
like
5
it?
minutes, I loved it.
Yeah.
But after 5 minutes, I like pulsing temple headache. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it's not for me. I'm a bit gutted.
I wonder how far that will go with the VR and all stuff like that.
Oh mate, it's gonna be. There's gonna be VR porn and fucking.
There's already VR porn.
Is there?
Yeah.
Being on it.
Whoa.
Like that in your last walk.
The one that's going to be crazy is when they can get it where there's the sensors as well.
Yeah.
So if you could go to a fucking like a Brassers on the VR and it feels real.
Yeah.
Some people. There's no way you could get it to feel real.
Mate, I think you'll.
There'd have to be somebody in there.
I think you'd be surprised with this how they'll get the sensation to a degree where it's just.
There's already people that have linked it up to the what they call fleshlights.
All right.
They've linked it up to that, so it's same rhythm and stuff like that.
You know too much about this that shit.
You know, there's a lot of money to be made in that stuff. But no, it's mad.
What's Flash, mate? Just fucking a
fleshlight.
Looks like a torch, but you
it's like a fucking torch with a fanny in it, and you just wank with it.
You can get mad ones that like they're like robots.
Yeah. From like putting the stuff I do on Twitter, I have companies constantly asking me to promote. I've got like go on my Twitter. There's like 10 different fleshlights on there. Me just holding it like that with semi-on boxes.
No way.
Show you. I'll send you pictures. I'll give you one of my fleshlights.
You got plenty?
I've got fucking loads. All used, like, but you can have one.
Not in a little bit of water doesn't start out, boy.
Going back to you saying bar fights with AI, did you ever get into much trouble being a big lad?
Yeah, but not as much as you'd think. Like, I'm a bit of a pacifist in that. Be like, well, chill out, you know what I mean? Don't want to. But then I were a doorman.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not, yeah. One of them knobheads.
Ash, going back to Dubai and Ash and it being strict, he rung me the other day. He sent me a voice note. He was like, "Yeah, I've just landed in Dubai. I need to get back out of here though. Fucking went out last night, first night with my Irish mate. These two American guys fucking started on us, and we ended up knocking them both out in the street. And there were like Arabs filming us and shit like that. I was like, yeah, you need to fucking book a flight, mate.
Fucking hell.
I couldn't think of it worse than getting.
He'll
in
never
fight
find a
out.
place to settle if he keeps doing that. It's just bringing unwanted attention. He's trying to settle up and just fucking. You can't just go around cleaning.
I think his lifestyle just brings some sort of friction.
Well, it's there. It's probably who you're putting yourself around.
Yeah,
if his mate started, then you're gonna have to follow in, aren't you? So it's just, if like you said there, if you've got someone who can diffuse it, we're in Dubai, let's relax, boys. You can't connect the dots, bang, and.
Oh, there were plenty of shit like that in Dubai. They're all just proper. How do you explain it?
Did you see a lot of trouble over there? Then?
Yeah.
Do you really?
I wouldn't expect that.
Nah.
They're always like. We met a lot of like Londons. You know, like they're all obviously part of gangs.
Oh yeah, you do it actually. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of rappers and like gang members go over there, don't they? All end up having beef and fighting on planes.
They're
and
all fighting
shit like
in the
that.
hotel and stuff.
Are they?
Yeah. But they'd be like, you'd be looking about like, what the fuck is going on? It's like something out of a film, and all security are all massive, big black, massive, but they're all just stood around not doing all. Like, do what you want, sort of thing, you know. Cause it's
Doesn't sound that safe to me now.
No, everyone's
not.
portraying it
It's
as this
proper
safe, clean.
no, it's not. It's not.
Do you think you've got a lot of people going out there who are naughty a little bit and just
Yeah,
have
100%.
a safe, what's it called, like a spot for them and just whatever they want to do
A
over
little
there.
safety haven for them.
Yeah.
I feel like Saudi's a bit more of a safe place to be,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I feel like Dubai's getting a bit.
Dubai's a bit like, it's like money talk sort of thing. So as long as you got money, you're all right.
Yeah.
If you just go over on a little holiday and something happens to you, you're fucked.
Do you follow what the Tate brothers do?
Not really.
No.
I've seen it, but I'm not really a big follower. Like,
He's still locked up, isn't
is he still locked
he?
up?
Him and Tristan, they got arrested in like, when were it? January.
Mate,
I
it's been a
thought they
long-
were out now.
No, they just keep
Still aren't charged.
doing 30 days on
I
him.
think they've got 90 something days to be able to find some evidence they can't find
What,
it.
left or in total?
No, that were like total. They do it in 30-day bridges. Then
But I
they
thought
can
they got
extend it
them.
and extend it.
They caught them lasses out or something.
Yeah, they showed the WhatsApp thread and they were conspiring to sort of let's frame these boys to get some money out of them.
I'll
but
pretend
still.
you're really upset and all.
I don't think they've got it on him. I feel like they're just keeping him in to keep him off the internet for 90 days because they know how dangerous they can be when it comes to...
But he's still tweeting and stuff. All the fuck.
He'll have
I
a
feel
go-
like-
I think he'll have a ghostwriter, me.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think
I
it
think
is?
he'll have someone who
Yeah, of
he
course,
trusts
yeah.
to like keep this beast rolling.
I say,
Because
tag Jake
I
Paul
see,
and stuff,
I'm on his email list. It's like letters from jail number 19, and he's just he's still pushing content. out
Really?
there.
Yeah.
I'm on his newsletter, so you sort of get it. And
He
it's
can't have-
well written.
He can't have any involvement in that whatsoever, though.
Well, no, so
Surely
if
they
they're
ain't
allowed
gonna
a
phone.
call a day and you're my ghostwriter, I could be like, right, just spit it. He's good at talking, and he's like, right, just take notes quickly, and then correspond this to a newsletter and a tweet, and he's still there.
Fucking
But
hell,
his business model were crazy, like I say to you. He built this university out, and what he was telling his affiliates to do is just use his content. So when you log into Twitter, you're like, how is he everywhere? But if you look, it's not always his account. So his business model was right, be an affiliate for me, but use my content to get the message out there to get people to sign up, and you'll get a drink out of it.
Right.
And it just like took over the internet, that business model.
Fucking hell.
No one had really done that with affiliates before. He was sort of the first to do it.
He's done well.
Very
at it, though,
impressive.
hasn't he? Fucking hell.
Very impressive. I think his start was just obviously a fighter and doing all the cam stuff,
Yeah.
like cam girls or whatever he was doing, and then he's obviously just took a punt and gone all in on the brand, and he's took it off.
He has smashed it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he does have some valid points. I'm not gonna lie. He does have some very valid points, but obviously it's a bit. Some of it's a bit like. Ooh,
Yeah.
It is, but not a lot of it, really. I think women just hate him because they don't know much about what he does or says, and they just presume that everything he says is just hating women, which it's not the case. And he just makes loads of good, valid points, and he's a smart guy. I think he's just too dangerous for social media, and he's too powerful with it. And like Steiner was saying last week or week before, when he was like, if Tate gets out of prison now, he's just going to be way more
He'll
powerful
be the
and
most
rich.
famous man.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be anyone bigger.
Are you tuning into John Bones Jones fight next week?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Are we
I
joking?
never stay up for any, like I have done before, but UFCs. But I feel like I might have to stay up for that. We should stay up.
There's only one I've ever stayed up for. Wait, when McGregor fought Mayweather. That was,
Really?
That
Yeah.
was the
You
only
watched
one
that?
that I was
I didn't
invested
even
in.
watch
the
that.
boxing one.
Yeah, that was the only one where I thought we were going to win. I bought it up line and sinker. I thought he was going to box. I thought he was going to finish Mayweather.
I didn't-
I got up and I was like,
I didn't even watch that, and I haven't watched it. I haven't never watched it.
it was a good build up. Like that was just the money fight, wasn't it? Like, in our lifetime, I don't think there'll be a bigger fight than that.
I think boxing and UFC, there's a lot more rigging going on in boxing, isn't there?
Yeah.
A lot more like you can plan it a bit more, but UFC is sort of like
Yeah.
Do you
what happens,
think?
happens.
Do you
sort
think
of
there
thing.
could be any rigging in UFC at all?
Possibly, but it's harder to do, isn't it?
I think all UFC fighters want it too much to even be asked to try and fix it.
There's not enough money in it.
I suppose
They're
that
only
is
getting paid.
Yeah,
Like,
I suppose that is a valid point there. That if they're getting paid just 20 grand to start with a show, and someone's
you
offering
need to
them-
win, don't you? Like,
either you need to win, or like you say, where if it comes to rigging fights, if they're not being paid plentiful, they could be rigging it and just putting big bets on. If there's, you never know, I suppose, do you? What's really going on?
boxing's always been a bit
You
like
think-
that.
you think that's
like, you know,
corrupt?
like, I think definitely.
Did you watch Jake Paul, Tommy Fury?
Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
You know-
I could have had them both in the same night, sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know why I just heavily backed Jake Paul. I was just telling
Really?
everyone what
Yeah, it was so
made a bit
invested,
of fool of
mate.
myself,
Yeah.
to be fair.
It were a bit weird, if I'm honest, just how invested he were in it,
Yeah.
thinking he was going to win. I'm like, this kid's... Someone posted something yesterday, Tommy when he's 16, him hitting pads, cracking them.
Yeah.
And then what Jake would do, and he was dancing
Di-
about on Disney,
Disney.
16.
Yeah.
I said to you, time behind the wheel.
But
It's like you have to, that is a
It
valid
didn't show
point.
that much though, did it? Time behind the wheel there.
No, but I think a big thing for that is the event itself. All that build up for 2 years that Tommy had to go through, that just to overcome that. I felt his boxing IQ and his boxing ability were going to be better than his. It's just like, would he be able to show up for that big event? All that build up, all that pressure, everyone's watching you. Like most people were watching or talking about that on Sunday. That in itself, I couldn't even comprehend that in my head. Like, fucking everyone's watching me, and I've got to win.
There were a lot of people tuning in. There were people that don't even give a fuck about it.
I reckon that'll have done 1 million pay-per-view buys, which is that's a good UFC event. That they were saying John Jones is going to probably do 900,000.
I think it would have done more than that.
Do you think
Even
it'll do
America,
bigger?
like there's a lot of Jake Paul fans. Isn't there?
Well, there's that much build up. He's not fought in like what 4 or 5 years, and how much controversy he's had for taking drugs, shooting guns, beating women up, and all that shit.
He's a wild man.
Every time he's been matched up to fight, he's fucked up, and this is the actual. I still got a little bit of doubt now, thinking he could still fuck up this week.
He seems in a good spot. I've been watching that Embedded vlog
Have
documentary.
you watched it? I need to tune
He
in.
seems switched on.
He's a bit of a nutter though, that Cyril Gain, and he's a bit
He's
of
a
a
nice fighter, isn't he?
They're both just big hard.
I think he
punts
has to
out
just
there,
take him down, mate. I think he has to wrestle him.
It'll have to be one
What
of them,
Jones
but-
has to wrestle?
I think he wrestles him early on, and I think he shows how much better he is in that area.
Or he just gets them long legs kicking about there. That's what he's going to have to do. I don't think if you stand and bang with him, it's...
I want him to stand and bang on me. I think it'd be exciting.
Yeah, it'd be a nice kickboxing
He throws
fight.
some crazy fucking elbows and knees and shit like that. I feel like that'd be good.
Dangerous guys. You're a dangerous guy. You do the same, like, what that?
Do a bit of that. I said to myself, December, I'm going to fuck fighting off. I'm just going to focus on business and making money and all that shit. And then last week, what my mate Warren come down, we did a bit of a podcast with him, and he's got his first MMA fight. And he was like, oh, can we do a bit of pads and all that shit? So we went down and trained. And just even that hour of training, I'm like toying with the idea of just getting back into it. I went over to Emily's one day, it's Sunday, and we did like a hot yoga session at a MMA gym or Thai boxing gym, and the guy came up to me after. He said, "Oh, do you do Thai boxing?" I said, "I've done a little bit of that sort of stuff." And then he must have Emily on Instagram. He's seen that she'd shared the vlog that we did, and he messaged me like, "Oh, tell Ellis to come down here. I've got Tom Aspinall trains here. What weight does he fight at?" And like trying to get me into it, and I'm like, "Wow, fucking hell."
You need to go down more that influencer, YouTube, make the dough, make the money.
Yeah, I agree. Like it is good getting matched up for fights and shit, but like I said last week, you have to prep for it 8 weeks before, and like, it just takes too much time. And if it's a fight, like let's say this Misfits boxing event that's coming up, do you watch any of that?
Yeah. Salt Pappy all the way.
Yeah, mate, I love Salt Pappy. He's the
How
boy.
do you feel the Salt Pappy Zanetti fight went? Did you watch it?
Salt Pappy, the Slim.
Not Salt Pappy,
Slim.
Slim
Yeah.
and Salt.
One of them, innit? Like, it sort of, the first 2 rounds were a bit disciplined, and after that, it was just swinging. Because there were a big weight difference.
Yeah.
If you looked at it, like, Tom were a lot bigger.
Yeah, Slim fights, I think, in weight above, doesn't he? Slim had way more experience.
Yeah.
And I did you watch Fight?
Yeah.
Did you see Tom like bouncing about first round, screaming, shouting, burning all his energy out? Did all right for the first couple of rounds. Then I think it was 3rd or 4th round, he actually landed a big shot on that Slim and wobbled him a bit.
He
And
wobbled
I
him
feel
a
like
few
if he didn't
times.
burn all his energy there, he could have probably done some damage and maybe even won that fight. But
Yeah, definitely.
he just lost on decision with it. But
How do you think you fare with Zanetti?
me, it won't be a fair fight, mate.
If you put him out?
Yeah, 100%. He's just too open and a bit too wild. And that Slim were a bit scared to throw a big shot, whereas I'm not. I'd just throw a fucking left hand straight through him.
Even when he were throwing big shots, so he couldn't do out. Because he's got that knockout power for a higher weight. He were knocking people out smaller weights.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think he's got that knockout
I don't
power.
know that. Oh, Slim.
Yeah.
About that Slim. No, I think he has me. I think
Do you
he's
think?
got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He's got
a-
good timing, but
Yeah.
I think I agree with you. I don't think it's...
It's harder for him to knock the heavier
I don't
boys
think
out.
it's crossover to the bigger boys.
No, I feel like that Slim needs to go down a weight. I don't even know what weight they were fighting at, but
I don't know. But he were knocking people out before. That's
Yeah,
I
he's
think he
dropped a
knocked
few
everyone out,
people.
wasn't he? Fucking
yeah, I think he'd
Bringing up Salt Pappy, he looks the class act.
Salt
doesn't
Pappy.
he?
I love him, me, honestly.
I watch his Instas. This is crazy what he does. Isn't
He could be a proper boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
must have had some
No, he did.
serious training
He had a
as
good.
kid.
He had a good amateur background.
Yeah.
But it's funny how he went from the
Yeah.
doing all that fucking running on the spot shit, and then now he's just knocking everybody out.
He's
He's
so
a proper
No one
entertainer.
calls him out.
No, I know. I'm not
I'd
surprised.
say him and KSI. That's what
Yeah.
I'd say.
I think he puts him away. I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
he
he
does it.
beat KSI.
No one
It's
calls
just,
him out.
It's just fitness and like how KSI actually is and physically that maybe give him that upper edge. But I think Salt Pappy would fucking smoke him.
Salt Pappy's like that Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, he is. We're going down to watch Misfits on Saturday. That Warren who were on here last week, his friend AJ Bunker's fighting that Astrid Wet.
Oh yeah.
Do you know that Astrid Wet?
I've seen it. Yeah, she had that beef with that fucking
Ellie Brooke.
Ellie Brooke. Yeah,
Yeah, they all do that. So we're going to go down there and watch that.
That'd be a buzz.
That is one show I would go on and fight now because it worked for my brand and it's a good platform to fight on and it gives me an excuse to train. But
Yeah, definitely want to get into that.
100%. Have you ever thought about doing much boxing, MMA, anything
Yeah,
like
I'd
that?
love to do I'd love to do MMA, but it's just another thing. Super fit, innit? You got to be super fit.
It's just age as well. How old are you now?
29.
29. Yeah. When are you 30?
September.
Is it scary that? 30
A little
scared
bit.
me.
A little bit. Because I'm thinking, where the fuck is my life going?
It's a weird age to reach. I'm 30 now, and you just, when people say to you, oh, you don't figure your life out till you're 30 anyway. It's true, 100%. I've only just fucking realised what I'm doing like now, but it is a scary age, and you think literally another 30 years and I'm retired. I'm fucking close to death. Like I'm halfway through my life. It is a weird feeling, isn't it? So Josh is 45 this week, but
I think it's the expectations, me. I'm 34 now. Like when you're 20, you like look at people who are 30, you think, fuck me, they're old. And like, you don't really still figure it out. Like I'm still trying to like, whoa, what is the goal here and what we're doing? And
when I'm 50, I'm probably still going to be exactly the same as I'm like now. But just 50.
Yeah. We'll probably get to 50 minutes. We'll probably live till 100 or everyone now, I think.
I hope not.
Would you even want to do that?
I hope not.
I'm saying like capping it like 85 or something.
Let's call it a good day.
Yeah, like, I've had a good one. I don't want to be like getting my ass wiped for me and shit like that. So
I think just when you start walking funny and fucking talking to yourself, and I think that's when it's time to call it a day, innit?
I'm close.
Time to call it a day now then.
At the hour mark, you want to close it off? We happy? You want to keep rolling? Let people know where can people find out stuff you're doing, where you're posting content. And
because you have got such a good talent there with the accents and shit like that. I feel like you're undercutting yourself by just doing the barbering thing and being like, yeah, no, I do want to do this and I would like to have my own show. I feel like you could actually turn it around, start pushing stuff. Yeah. Me and Josh are getting heavy with social media and stuff now, like, so I think.
Whereabouts are you based?
He's only in Garforth.
Oh yeah, I'm in Garforth. Yeah.
Closer.
I'm very close. Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be good for you. Plus being a barber and having your own time and booking, but you've got fucking bags of time, mate. Oh, yeah, you're nearly 30 now, so if you wanted to actually do something like that.
I do need to. I tell myself all the time, I do say, just sort your fucking life out and then do it. Yeah. And then you'll never look back sort of thing. But I think it was the TikTok thing that sort of got me a bit like, ooh, you can get that many views overnight. Because I put that Tyson Fury one on, within like an hour or something, it had like 10,000 views. I thought, oh, that's fucking sick. Then I left it another couple of hours, it was like 70,000. Then I woke up next morning, it was like 1 million.
Mad that.
And the good thing about TikTok, like you said yesterday, Josh, if you post something and it just doesn't catch the algorithm at the right time and it doesn't boost off, you just post it again in a couple of days and delete. And if it does better, you delete that one. And there's just so many.
That's it. I did a Peter Griffin one and it didn't really get.
Peter Griffin. You like
it? It didn't really take off. It only got like 200,000 views, which is quite a lot, but it's not compared to what other people get. It
was a bit of a bomb number.
But definitely start pushing that though.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
We'll plug your socials on it. I want to see you active from now on.
Nice one, danke.
Should we get a leg session in?
Yep. Good work,
right,
boys.
cheers for coming on, Sam, my man.
No, it is. Thank you.
Cheers, brother.